First to face the dragons is Michael J. Scott. He believes he's come up with a device to tackle the scourge of maritime piracy. Will his invention sink or swim in the Den?
My name is Michael J. Scott. My company is Matrix RSS Limited. I'm looking to raise £195,000 and I'm offering 25% equity in my company. There is a $6 billion a year problem associated with the shipping industry. It's caused by theft, armed attacks, and acts of piracy. I lost my yacht to pirates off the coast of Malaysia in 2001, so I have a very personal interest in finding a solution. 61% of attacks succeed because of human error. Nobody saw them coming. This can fix that problem. This is fitted on the ship's bridge and it's connected to special cameras and equipment around the ship. But much more important, it's connected to somewhere far, far away via satellite to a sentinel center on land. Once we know that an attack is imminent, we can launch a small drone and take the fight out to the pirates to stop them without lethal force and to stop their engine for up to an hour, giving ample time for the ship to be well over the horizon. I'm happy to answer your questions.
An unusual pitch from Michael J. Scott, who is seeking £195,000 in exchange for a 25% stake in his company. Former Navy man Duncan Bannatyne wants to discover more about Michael's own experience at the hands of pirates.
Thank you, Michael. Were you on a yacht when they attacked it?
I was not on board at the time. They plundered the vessel, and 2 years later it was sold for scrap.
Let me try and envisage the situation. So a ship's out at sea and the pirates come. Let's just say they're in a rib. It's spotted straight away on the horizon.
The person at the sentinel station sees them coming.
Yep.
They raise the alarm on the ship,
yep,
triggering this device.
Okay.
Pirate warning. Firearms identified.
And with the approval of the captain, the drone is then launched.
What does the drone do?
It carries capsaicin. Capsaicin is a natural product. It what makes Tabasco sauce hot. It is what is used in pepper spray.
What do you do with it?
We create a cloud over and in front of the pirates.
Okay.
This will temporarily disable the pirates in their boat. I've now spent close to 6 years developing this. I put in rapidly getting close to £250,000 of my own money.
Wow.
And what I've come up with is an affordable way of having a guaranteed lookout 24/7, 365 all around the world. Not just on the high seas, but also in port and at anchor.
At the end of the day, it's a camera on a boat
Yeah.
with somebody watching it.
But it's not an ordinary camera.
No, it's a special camera.
It is one camera that produces a constant 360-degree view using thermal imaging cameras. We're not looking for light, we're looking for heat.
I understand the technology. I'm saying it's a way of watching the sea. You're saying that the issue is humans. All you're doing is moving the human from the boat to a chair in Milton Keynes, wherever you are. And whoever's supposed to be sitting in that chair has nodded off or gone to the toilet. What happens then?
The sentinel is required to make an abbreviated verbal report every 60 seconds. Where the green lights are, there are 3 watchdogs there. One that detects if the person has moved away from the terminal. There's a 10-second countdown. If they have not returned, an alarm goes off, the supervisor is informed.
Tell you what, it's no fun, is it, working for your company? It's like,
A lot of the principles...
have you got a chain on the chair?
A lot of the principles of air traffic control are used.
Michael is maintaining a stiff upper lip despite some dragon resistance to his anti-piracy technology. Now Deborah Meaden has concerns about how he intends to identify an enemy target.
We all understand the issues about piracy. Billions are lost a year through it, and lives. But do you think for 1 second you should even be saying to the captain, fire on that boat?
We don't say fire on that boat.
Well,
We provide the information to the
Please don't
captain.
be nitpicky, because otherwise we will not get very far. Do you get my point?
Yes.
So, how do you answer at that?
We have to identify clearly that it is a threat.
How can you identify clearly?
First of all, if we can see firearms.
Okay, stop. Because if I'm a pirate, trust me, I will not be going towards the boat, flailing my firearms.
Actually, as you get close to the boat, about 1 kilometre away, yes, they start shooting if they've
But they
been
won't.
seen.
But they won't. They'll stop that, because they'll know full well that as long as I behave like somebody else and not a pirate, I can go up to that boat.
I've launched a drone, and it turns out they're not pirates, they're holdermakers.
We wouldn't launch a drone unless there was reasonable certainty that it was...
Duncan, we'll play it out. Mission control, we have unidentified craft. Can dispatch drone, but can't quite make out what they are and who's in the craft. Over. I'm scared. Drone's dispatched. 3 minutes to impact. All people on ship dissolved. I'm sorry to tell you, sir, but they were 7 holiday makers. Oh, well, let's just pretend it wasn't my drone.
A light-hearted illustration of a potential flaw with Michael's system. But for a technology-savvy Peter Jones, misidentification is far from the only issue.
I know one person that's got a monitoring system working on their £260 million yacht today, and the technology is so far advanced compared to this. I'm surprised.
You cannot just plug a video camera in and transmit the information via satellite 24/7.
No, it's not.
The cost is horrific.
Have you been to Inmarsat's monitoring station office? Have you been? Have you
No,
seen
I haven't been to it. I've had discussions with them.
The reality is that that communication piece and tech is available.
Not on large ships 24/7.
It's a bit archaic. I'm not sure it is the latest technology. I feel like I've got a pitch from Dr. No today. So I'm going to politely decline the opportunity to invest and say that I'm out.
I'll give you time.
What do we do next?
The next now
If we
is
develop this, where do we go?
well, I have the product. I'm ready to go into production. Now I want to get it on the market.
Right, who's going to buy it?
The ship owners, or in some case the ship operators, but generally the ship owners.
The ship owner, okay, the mic are on, but then you think, well, I'm only going to install it if it's going to save my ship being taken. I'm not convinced it will. Thank you for coming today, but I'm out.
Disappointment for Michael as he fails to convince a second dragon that he holds the solution to the piracy problem. But Kelly Hoppen has a far bigger issue with the entrepreneur's grasp of pitch protocol.
When you come into the den and you're trying to get money off one of us, surely it's better to be slightly more engaging and not talk to us like we're idiots and we don't understand the
I'm
technology.
sorry, I'm trying to answer your question.
Have you ever watched
I do
Dragon's...
not have a television.
You've
I have
never
had
watched
one for
Dragon's
years.
Den. Do you know what you're doing here?
I've watched excerpts from it, yes.
Anyway, I'm not going to waste your time anymore. I'm going to tell you where I am, which is I'm out.
All right, very good. Thank you for your time.
I don't think you've got anything here that's going to solve the problem, therefore you're not going to sell anything. And it's just not a business that I'm out.
4 dragons have now bowed out, and it falls to Deborah Meaden to deliver the final verdict on Michael's rapidly floundering pitch.
This will not stop one act of piracy. So I'm afraid there is nothing in this, absolutely nothing, topped with the fact that you would be really difficult to work sir, I'm afraid I won't be investing. I'm out.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.